Hey guys, I'm Pan from the Pan TheOrganizer YouTube channel, and today I'll be showing you something pretty cool, my 15-piece luxury watch collection. So I'll be going over every single one of these 15 watches, tell you why I got them. Of course, you're going to look at them very closely. I'm a pretty tall guy at 6 foot 3 inches tall, or 1.91 meters, and I have fairly large wrists at 7 1/4 inch, so you're going to see what they look like on my wrist as well. They range anywhere from 42 millimeters all the way up to 51 millimeters. The majority of them are Swiss made. Some of them are German as well. We're going to go through all of them. I've been collecting watches now for a few years, but I remember it all started when I was young. So growing up in the 80s and early 90s, if you guys out there share that same time frame, well, my first watch was the Timex Ironman Triathlon with Indiglo. I had to have the one with the orange button, right? That was the one that had 100-meter water resistance. And then I also had a Casio calculator watch. I'm sure a lot of you had the same beginnings. And so my tastes evolved, and well, as I grew older and worked harder, I could afford some of these rarer or harder to get timepieces. I'm a guy who has a lot of hobbies. I have all the guy sicknesses, as I call them. So I have a Porsche 911 Turbo S, so I'm a car guy. This is basically a car channel as well, as I do mainly car detailing videos and tutorials. So anything from product reviews, tutorials on how to do stuff on your own at home as well. So I got everything covered. Well, yeah, I also love home theater. I have a custom home theater. I love a hi-fi setup, so a stereo setup to listen to music as well. I love electronics and so on and so forth. So again, all the guy diseases, I have them. And I started to get serious into watch collecting, should I say, a few years ago, as I myself just went through a rabbit hole, right? Once you start, like, you get obsessed with these things. So I remember watching channels like Watchfinder & Co., the Urban Gentry, Jenny L, Teddy Baldassar, I hope I'm saying that right, Just Bluefish Watch Reviews, Bruce Williams, Producer Michael, Mark Gebauer, basically all those YouTube channels with watch specialists or watch collectors. I mean, it stuck with me. I needed to get more and more watches. And here we are today with this 15-piece watch collection. By the way, towards the end, I'm also going to be talking about things like watch winders and watch cases, like this one here for my 15 timepiece, or this one here, another one that I have to continue my collection. So any products, tools, items, the watches, I'll try to leave links in the description for you guys to check them out. So all you have to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. This video is not sponsored, by the way, so I wasn't paid by any company, and these are all purchases that I made unless otherwise specified. And I'm going to ask you two questions right away, and I want you to answer them in the comment section under the video. So the first one being, first of all, what is your grail watch? So either a watch that you have in your collection that you've been waiting for and worked so hard to get all your life, what model, what make is it? Or if it's something that you're getting in the future, so what is that grail watch, something you're looking forward to get for your own collection? And number two, second question, which is your favorite watch of my collection? And let me know why. So again, drop a comment in that comment section under the video. So the first watch that I'm talking about today is my Omega Speedmaster Dark Side of the Moon Apollo 8 edition. So Apollo 8, because this basically commemorates the 1968 Apollo 8 mission into space. It was the first manned aircraft to leave the low Earth orbit, and also the first manned aircraft to reach the moon. So they didn't land on the moon, but they were the first to get close to it. And on the front dial, you can see that they have laser etched moon craters. So basically this is the view that you'd get from the Earth if you're looking at the moon. So that's pretty awesome. It's skeletonized as well, so you can see right through. Movement caliber 1869 black ceramic case. It's a 44.25 millimeter watch. And on the back, well, you get the Apollo 8 mission, so December 8, 1968, that's etched there. And there's also the quote, "We'll see you," on the other side. So that is pretty awesome. It has a leather strap. It has these black and yellow highlights. The front dial just looks absolutely gorgeous. This is a watch that's actually pretty rare or hard to get. Of course, again, I'm not a serious watch person in the sense that I'm not a watch specialist, guys. I'm just a private owner with my collection, so I'm just sharing this with you. If you have any specifics that you want to share, drop comments in the comment section. As long as everybody stays polite and calm, we all know how the internet can get, right? So yeah. This is a watch I really like. I always wanted a Speedmaster in my collection, and this one here is different from the rest. And once again, also I have a bigger wrist that's 7 inches and 1/4. So for me, the slightly bigger watches fit. So anything over 42 mils usually is good for me. 50-meter water resistance with this one and a 48 power reserve. So the next watch I'll be talking about is this one here. So this is my Omega Seamaster Professional 007 edition. So this is the one that Daniel Craig is wearing in No Time to Die, the latest James Bond movie. 55 hours power reserve, 8806 coaxial chronometer movement, sapphire crystal with anti-reflective treatment. It's a 42 millimeter case. It's a titanium case, by the way, grade 2 titanium, so strong and lightweight. It's anti-magnetic, and it has this gorgeous NATO strap. So Daniel Craig was involved in creating this watch. So as we know, over the years, there's been a strong association between Omega and the James Bond film series. And Daniel Craig is no exception to that. And he wanted, if he's to be a spy, he wanted something lightweight, durable. And I mean, it just looks awesome. It has that like faux aged patina on it. It's obviously because it's titanium, it is super lightweight. The water resistance on this one is 300 meters. So it's anti-magnetic. It's part of the Seamaster group. So again, I wanted a watch from the Seamaster collection, and this one is no exception. It has this beautiful NATO strap as well. I think they nailed it. You can have a Milanese loop titanium strap depending on which option you're taking, but I really like this. This one here is a bit rarer, although it's not a limited edition from my understanding. It's still going to be hard to source. So if you have good relationships with your AD or authorized dealer, that's a good place to start. Okay, so the next watch now is my Omega Seamaster Professional Planet Ocean 600 meters. This is stainless steel, 43.5 millimeter dial, 600 meter water resistance, master chronometer certified. It has the caliber 8900 in-house movement, meta certified as well, anti-magnetic, has a helium escape valve. So this is a diver's watch, sapphire crystal, anti-reflective treatment, 60 hours of power reserve. By the way, the 007 edition had a 55 hours of power reserve. So this Planet Ocean here, another watch that James Bond wore, was it in Casino Royale or in another one of the movies? Basically, if you guys know, let me know which Planet Ocean was in which movie. But this is the latest edition. So I just found this gorgeous. Again, it has a bigger dial compared to the regular Seamasters here. So, and this one, because it's the Planet Ocean, has a water resistance of 600 meters. It just looks beautiful with that ceramic bezel, that ceramic dial. Has that black and orange accents, has this beautiful stainless steel wristband as well, very comfortable to wear. And in the back, the mechanism is just gorgeous. I like the open case backs, by the way. When you can look at them, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but they just look gorgeous. I love seeing the artwork and of course all the engineering that goes behind them. And this is a piece that sits beautifully on the wrist. Because of that ceramic as well, just has that pop, that shine. There's something special about it. So yeah, I wanted another Seamaster, but I needed a Planet Ocean, and I'd been eyeing this one for a while now. So now it's part of my collection. So the next watch I'm presenting was the hardest to get. I've been on a waiting list for many years with my authorized dealer before I can get one. You guys probably guessed which brand it is if I'm saying that they're super hard to source. So a sports watch from none other than Rolex. So this is my Rolex Deepsea, 44 millimeter case, oyster steel and Cerachrome bezel, black ceramic dial. This is basically to highlight James Cameron's journey to the deepest place on Earth, the Mariana Trench. And basically it has the in-house Rolex caliber 3235, 3,900 meters of water resistance. That's 12,800 feet. So this is probably one of the watches that has the biggest water resistance, 70 hours of power reserve. And if you guys know anything about Rolex, especially their sports steel versions, they are so hard to get. I won't dig into the politics behind that. And after years of waiting, I finally got my Grail watch. So a watch I wanted for so long. This is the top of the range of the diver watches from Rolex. So they're entry level. Everybody knows them. Probably one of the most classic known watches in the world, the Rolex Submariner. Then you move on to the Sea Dweller. That's the step up from that. And then top of the line, 44 mil. I preferred the larger case, was this Deepsea. And so to me, this is the ultimate in luxury. I mean, yes, there's the Holy Trinity, right? So you get Vacheron Constantin, Audemars Piguet, and Patek Philippe. So that's the Holy Trinity. Hopefully one day I'll have one of those watches in my collection. But for now, for me, like my grail was really Rolex Deepsea, the oyster steel, stainless steel. Like this is like they specifically make that stainless steel for them. It feels silky smooth. I wasn't sure I'd like Rolex before I started collecting the higher end watches, but I mean, when you look at it and you hear that clicking of the dial, hopefully you can hear that well on camera. I mean, it just feels like a precise tool. So this is a tool watch, it's a diver's watch. And I mean, everything about it just screams classy, quality, well engineered. It has that in-house caliber as well. I mean, it's just the caliber 3235 from Rolex. Everything about it screams watch perfection to me, at least. So again, I like the looks. I absolutely wanted a Rolex for a long time. The Submariner is a bit too small for my wrist. The old version was 40 mil. Now I think the new editions are 41 millimeters, but that's too small for my 7 1/4 inch wrist. So for me, this 44 mil is the perfect size. All right, talking about Rolex, their sister company, Tudor, is my next watch. So let me show you this up close. So this is my Tudor Black Bay bronze watch. So this one here is 43 millimeters. I got it on the fabric strap, bronze colored PVD treated steel. For the case, MT5601 COSC certified caliber. It has a dome sapphire crystal, 200 meters of water resistance, 70 hours power reserve. Once again, it had the perfect size for me, 43 millimeters. I would have liked to have the Black Bay 58, but I think that's a 38 or 39 millimeters, so too small for my wrist. So the other alternative was to get this Black Bay bronze. It has the snowflake hands. A lot of people like those, and I put myself in that group. It has this awesome, like parachute-like material fabric strap that just, I don't know, there's something about it. It's very, very well made. Again, it's from the sister company of Rolex. So they make their own in-house movements now at Tudor, but they have all that Rolex heritage, and you can definitely feel it when you have this in your hands. This here, this bronze plated case is going to patina over time and is going to age differently than what you see now. So all these watches were purchased brand new, by the way. And again, this is so satisfying when you're turning that dial. Look at that. Hopefully you can hear that on camera. But yeah, it just looks absolutely gorgeous. And a lot of people see this as being the cheaper Rolex. I don't see it that way. For me, Tudor is its own brand now, its own thing. And see it as maybe the more entry level into Swiss luxury. And this one here, bang for buck. Everybody who loves watches and collects watches know that Tudor is hard to beat. So the next watch I'm presenting is one of my biggest ones. So this one here comes in at 48 millimeters. This is my Breitling Super Avenger Chronograph 48, stainless steel case and band. Again, 48 millimeters, 300 meter water resistance, and 48 hours power reserve. To my knowledge, Breitling uses standard ETA movements. I don't think this is an in-house movement, at least not to my knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong. This one here has the black dial. It looks absolutely gorgeous. This was one of the first higher-end watches I got for my collection. I liked the fact that it's a big statement on the wrist at 48 millimeters, right? And it's thick. It's heavy. There's this wrist presence that is undeniable. It has some nice chrome accents, nice brushed stainless steel appearance. Not much to say other than it's a chronometer as well, and it's very, very well built and engineered. And again, I think for the price, it is hard to beat if you like oversized watches. For me, anything over 45 or 46 millimeters starts to be considered oversized. The next watch that I'll be presenting here is another Breitling that I recently got, this one here. So this is the Breitling Super Ocean Automatic 44 millimeter Outer Known Edition. So this one here is a bit different. It has this kind of green hues. It has stainless steel body, but an Econil yarn strap. That means it's basically crafted from a repurposed nylon waist. I think that was pretty cool. Sapphire crystal, 1,000 meter water resistance, and 38 hours of power reserve. For me, I just fell in love with the colorway. So the seconds hand has this like yellow point to it, and it has this green fabric strap and with black markings on it, and just the green bezel, the green dial. So I really like the fact that I can blend. I have sometimes NATO straps like this one here, fabric straps. I have some metal straps, some leather straps. You never know how you're gonna feel, right? Because every day I pick a watch based on how I feel when I get up. Sometimes what I'm wearing, I wanna match that up. So the next watch, this one here is made in Germany. So hopefully I'm gonna say that correctly. This is my Glashütte, or is it Glashütte? Something like that, right? Forgive me, any German viewers, if you're watching this, but basically Glashütte Original SeaQ Panorama date. This is a 43.2 millimeter stainless steel rubber strap with a fold fastener, caliber 3613, 300 meters of water resistance, and 100 hours of power reserve. This is a beauty. So this one here is in the upper end of the watches that I have. It has this beautiful ceramic dial, ceramic, like, I don't know how to say it. It's very, very well polished. The finishing in this, if I look at the rear as well, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but the movement, the precision, and the beauty of the mechanism in the back is something to behold. It is absolutely gorgeous. So Glashütte Original, this one here, because it's their SeaQ Panorama date, is the bigger offering. So once again, 43.2 millimeters. Classy, it looks awesome. This is my girlfriend's favorite watch in my collection, by the way. So yeah, definitely something that is very well engineered, very precise in the way that it's built. Even the rubber strap that's here, it's silky smooth. There's something very high quality about it. And yeah, it is a showstopper, made in Germany, this one. So next watch that I'm presenting is a pilot's watch. So I like tool watches, as you can probably tell. So diver watches, pilot watches, chronometers, things like that. I really like them. So the company, if you've guessed by looking at it, is the Oris. So this one here is the Big Crown Pro Pilot TLP Limited Edition. So it looks awesome. This is more a military style watch, and I absolutely love those. So this one is 44 millimeters. It's limited to 750 pieces. This is edition 369 of 750. It has a textile strap, Oris 752 movement, advanced training for pilots of the Allied Air Forces. So this is the TLP, that's what it stands for. 100 meter water resistance, sapphire glass with anti-reflective coating, 38 hours of power reserve. And I mean, just look at this fabric strap. I just like the military theme, the easy to read numbers on the front. That's why they're pilot watches, right? Pilots needed to quickly identify the numbers on the watches. But also if you look up top, the 12-hour marker up here, this is to quickly identify where the top of the watch is. And I just find it looks cool. It has this like stainless steel case, but in this like gray finish. In the back, on the case back here, it says the limited edition. So this is number 369 of 750. You get the TLP logo. And again, it just has this military theme. So basically, Tactical Leadership Program, that's what TLP stands for. Basically, advanced training for pilots in the Allied Forces. I don't buy watches. I don't see them really as investments. I buy them to wear them. These I wear on a regular basis, so they're always on rotation. I'm not one to buy watches just to store them and never look at them. But it's kind of cool when you do buy a watch that appreciates in value. So we're going to continue the military theme, and the next watch is made actually for a lot of military divisions around the world, and that's my Marathon Jumbo Divers Day Date, the JDD. Military field watch, so I think this looks pretty cool. 46 millimeters this one, so oversized. And the cool thing about it, if you look at the dial closely, it has tritium gas tubes. So basically that's radiation very low, of course, nothing to worry about for your health, but it gives you up to 25 years of illumination. Stainless steel construction, sapphire crystal. It has an ETA 2836 caliber, 300 meter water resistance. I couldn't find the power reserve rating on this one, nowhere in the instructions or on the website. But what I liked about this in particular, I changed the strap, by the way. It comes with a rubber strap, but I added this NATO strap that gives more of a military feel, even more of a military feel, should I say, because this is military field watch. Marathon produces some high quality Swiss-made watches for many military divisions. I think they do some for Canada, some in the US, I think some in Israel as well. Don't quote me on that, but I know they have a large history of making actual watches for governments and military forces. And this one here, if you look closely at the case, what it reminds me of is basically Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 1985 movie Commando. He wore a SeaQ H558 5000 45 millimeter case watch with 150 meter water resistance. And it kind of reminds me that. It was a hybrid diver's watch, right? The SeaQ 1982 version. And I don't know, it was the ultimate like macho watch, military, right? He was obviously a commando in the movie. And I just promised myself one day to own something very close to it. And I think this one here will, obviously it's a higher end than the SeaQ. This is Swiss made, but it just looks gorgeous. It has that deep, deep case and very thick, huge watch present if you want that. And just that crazy illumination with the tritium that's there. Another watch that's been worn in a movie here is one I have from Hamilton. So this one here is a Hamilton Khaki Field. They call this the Murph edition because it was featured in the movie Interstellar by the character Murph. 42 millimeters stainless steel, sapphire glass, 100 meter water resistant. It has a leather strap and 80 hours power reserve. So this one here is one of the smallest watches that I have in my collection at 42 millimeters, but I wanted something classic. So I have sporty watches, tool watches, stainless steel, leather, fabric, but I wanted a watch that I can wear with probably a business attire, a suit, something like that, something with a leather strap. So definitely this fits the bill. It has that aged patina dial, and it has basically that classic look, smaller wrist presence. The case is very, very thin, as you can tell. And although on the smaller side, I just like the look. The Khaki automatic collection from Hamilton is very well known for its value. So this is one of the less expensive watches in my collection. However, I simply love it. So you can look at the case back here, the open case back. They let you look at the movement. So very well made. I mean, bang for buck. Once again, the quality is definitely surprising, and to know that it's been worn in a movie, I don't know, that it's always cool. Watch collections don't always have to be all about just pure price, right? It's not because your watches are more expensive than another person that they're necessarily better or nicer. Again, watch collecting is very subjective, and you can have entry-level watches below $1,000 that are still good to wear or that look pretty awesome, and that can satisfy a lot of people who want to start off their collections and who don't necessarily have a bigger budget. So this one here was the only watch that was sent to me by a company, so a quick disclaimer there. But they didn't pay for the video. It's just that they knew I had a lot of viewers, and I offered my viewers a very good discount for those who wanted to start their watch collection. So this one here is from a company called Movement. Chrono Gunmetal Sandstone model. This is only like $200 Canadian, so very well priced, 45 millimeters, 50 meter water resistant. This is a quartz movement though, so this is not an automatic watch, but basically very stylish, very lightweight, very well made. Very simple design as well, as you can tell. It has this like faux leather strap. And I mean, for anyone who wants to start collecting watches, who wants to make a fashion statement, but who doesn't necessarily have a bigger budget, this is one of the watches that I absolutely like because it looks cool. It is inexpensive, and yeah, I think it's a great start for any watch collection. So other watches that I had when I wanted to make big statements on my wrist were Nixon watches. They're known to be specialized in oversized watches. So again, these are quartz movements. So they're inexpensive as well, relatively speaking, right? They're under $1,000. And this one here is the 5130 Tide collection. Why do they call it 5130? Because it's a 51 millimeter case. And it has a 30 atmosphere water resistance. Basically, that means you have 300 meters of water resistance. So stainless steel body. It has this like kind of cool blue dial. And yeah, it looks pretty good. Huge statement on the wrist though. So this is a watch that you want to wear if you want to have big wrist presence. So you definitely need the bigger wrist to be able to wear that. And another one that I got in the same collection, this is their Chrono version though. So 5130 Chrono by Nixon. So again, the same specs as the other one, just one here is the Chrono dial. So black with a bit of turquoise accents in there. I thought it would look pretty cool. So matte black, stainless steel, matte black case. It just looks sporty. It looks nice, that dial with the hexagon design in it, very subtle. But again, bang for buck. If you're looking to start your collection and you want oversized watches with quartz movements, look at Nixon. They do some pretty awesome stuff. Last but not least in my collection is the Invicta Reserve 1000 meter watch. So let me show you that up close if I can. So I don't remember the exact model of this one or where, because I don't think they make this anymore. And unfortunately, I've owned this for over a decade, and the rubber straps, they eventually just broke off. I don't know if you can see that. So I need to replace the strap, so I don't necessarily wear this one anymore. Stainless steel construction, but this was, because of its oversized design, I just liked that blue dial when I had seen this in the storefront. And yeah, again, nothing special. I mean, Invicta is nothing to write home about. However, they do make cool looking watches, and if you're looking for some oversized stuff, this is it. So guys, before I continue on talking about the watch winder and the watch cases that I have my watches stored in, let me know in the comments under the video which one of my watches was your favorite one. Which one did you prefer? Which one do you think looks the best? Is it Omega? Is it Rolex? Is it Tudor? Oris, Glashütte, Breitling, Hamilton, Marathon, Nixon, Movement, Invicta. You let me know. I like all of them, obviously, because I purchased them. For me personally, again, my favorite one, my grail watch of my collection is my Rolex, but I have soft spots, different reasons for every single one of these, but definitely, yeah, the Rolex and the Omegas are something special as well. The Glashütte Original is absolutely gorgeous. So I have them stored in these awesome cases. Again, this is not a sponsored video. Nobody paid for this. I purchased these cases myself, but I think I like to give credit where credit is due when they're well made. This is a Wolf design case. So Wolf, established in 1834 company. They make awesome cases and watch winders. I want to give a big shout out to the Urban Gentry. So he has a YouTube channel. He's a watch reviewer, and he's the one who got me into Wolf because he has cases and watch winders from them. This one here is black with purple interior. So it just has that classy presentation for your watches. I think it's awesome. It has this glass top. It has a port inside. You can feed a USB cable if you have something like maybe an Apple Watch, thing like that. You can lock it. It's faux leather finished. Very, very well made. This is a 15 watch piece. I have another box that I have for 10 watches. They have a different colorway. So this one here is brown with an orange interior. So same principle. It's part of their Windsor collection. I'm going to leave these linked, by the way, in the description under the video if you guys want to check those out and grab some for yourself. If you want to click those links, it's no extra cost to you, but it helps support my channel. So if you do any purchases, purchase through my links. It's greatly appreciated. Next, something that's still open for debate, a watch winder. Do you need one? Well, it depends. In my case, because I have many watches, we're looking at 15 watches. The majority of them are automatic movements, and well, automatic movements, they're mechanical parts. They have lubrication in them with some oils and all the jewels and all that kind of stuff built into the movements. So I want to keep them going because I don't wear them every single one every single day, right? Obviously, they're on rotation. So probably once a month, I'll take one of the watches and I'll put them in a watch winder. So this one here, again, is from Wolf, part of that Windsor collection. So it's a matching pair with the other watch box that I bought. So it has this brown and orange theme going, looks very classy, pretty cool. This is battery operated, or you can have the direct connection or powered wire directly to your wall outlet if you prefer that. And what I liked about this, well, not only is it the cool design, but you can open it. You remove this here and it fits the bigger sized watches. So it has this cushion where you wrap your watch around. So this holds your watch, and it easily fits my watches, even the ones who are oversized at 51 millimeters with no problems. So it has these beautiful tabs. You just simply put your watch around it, you click it into place, and you have this button here to select basically which operation you want. So either off, you have A, B, or C. So it can wind in one way, wind either clockwise, either counterclockwise, or in both directions. So that's the C option. And it'll alternate between operation and sleep mode and things like that to kind of imitate you wearing it on your wrist on a continual basis. So I think watch winders are important. I wouldn't put my watches every single day on it, so I wouldn't let a watch run on this like for a full month. I think there's a good balance. So it's fine if your watches don't operate for a while, but every now and then, just to get that lubrication going and to make sure you don't have any gunk or buildup in them, because you got to take care of these. Do you think watch winders are important? Let me know in the comment section under the video if you have one, if you're for it, if you're against it, for what reasons. And yeah, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, it's different than what I normally do on my channel. Give me a thumbs up to show me your support. Also, if you want to see more videos, I highly encourage you to click the subscribe button that's found under this video, and that way you'll subscribe to my channel and never miss my future videos. And I thank you for being there. And as I say to my regular viewers who watch my car detailing videos, go see that. By the way, if you want a car and you want to learn more about car detailing, all the products, equipment, tips, tricks, and techniques, you have to subscribe to my channel and check the videos out. This is one of the biggest car detailing channels on YouTube, by the way, at the moment of this recording. In October of 2021, we're almost at 700,000 subscribers and over 80 million views. So I thank you guys for being there. Thanks for watching. And in the meantime, don't forget, keep it tight, keep it clean, and I'll see you on the next one.